Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Baking with Clara. Cooking with Clara works better because it's an alliteration, but I don't really do cooking. I basically just bake. Okay, already off to a bad start. Sorry this lighting kind of sucks. It's almost 2 o'clock and I have work to do and I'm procrastinating, but I figured I might as well whip up a quick batch of cookies because why not? My go-to is just chocolate chip cookies and I bake them very frequently. I figured this is a pretty good start for this baking series. I don't really know, just to kind of get the hang of it. This is something that I'm very familiar with baking and I know the recipe by heart and it's the only recipe I know by heart. I guess let's get started. I don't really know how interesting this is gonna be. I don't think I'm quite on par with the Great British Bake Off contestants. I can't really keep up the same witty banter while I'm baking, but I'm gonna try my best. So preheat the oven to 375. So how are you guys all doing today? What's everyone up to? Let me know in the comments. I'm just gonna keep the chit chat till after I get all the ingredients out of the pantry. The lighting really sucks, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I don't exactly have studio lights or anything. Flour. This is literally just the recipe that's on the back of the chocolate chip bag, like the Nestle bag. I think it's the best recipe in my opinion. I've been using it for years. I don't know, I'm not really gonna put it up on the screen because this isn't like a bake along with me type video. I'm just gonna kind of talk. If you want to listen and actually bake along with me, I mean, I'll say what I'm doing, but okay, so I'm adding 2 1/4 cups of flour. Oh my god, I'm spilling it all over the, there's like a rip.
I think that was my fault. I'm the last one to use the flour.
There's a rip in the side of the flour. Okay, I need to show this. Mom, what did you do?
I ripped the side of the bag.
Look it. There's a hole in the side of the bag here. Mom, why are you always give a judgy look?
What? It's not judgy.
What?
I'm excited.
What?
I'm realizing that I'm gonna have cookie dough in a matter of minutes.
So I love coffee. It gives me so much energy. The thing about this too is I'm so skilled. I don't know if I'll be able to because I'm filming, but I can finish making the dough before the oven even preheats. Bringing my mixer over here. Fun fact, I used to not have a mixer. Oh, what a concept. I got it for Christmas like a few years ago, maybe 2016 or something. It has been the best gift I've ever received. It's so nice and so handy. I used to just mix everything by hand, which was not that bad, but I actually made cookies with a potato masher. If you guys don't know what a potato masher is, basically it's like kind of swirly and self-explanatory. Use it to mash potatoes. I'm like bending down awkwardly. Anyways, it's very laborious. I'm adding in, oh, I didn't even say what I did over there. I added in 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm adding 3/4 cup of white sugar and then 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Let's see, I'll give a little recap of my day so far. I woke up at like 9:54. I had dreams that I was like a model and then also that I was dating Tyler Cameron from The Bachelor. That's an ultimate dream for sure. I've completely run out of stuff to watch because I just watched this show called Normal People, which is this Hulu series. Oh my gosh, if you're like over 18, because it's like there's some content that's like if you're over 18, definitely watch it. So now I'm not gonna move my camera because it's a lot of work, but the butter, I don't let it thaw naturally because that's a lot of time. So I just put the 2 sticks in the microwave for 13 seconds. While that is heating up, I'm putting in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I swear I'm so jittery. The coffee is not good for me. Perfect. They are slightly squishy, but not melted, which is what you want. So let's see, I finished Normal People. I binged it in like 2 days, which is really sad. And then I'm kind of like, what do I watch? So then I went back to Hulu to try and finish the OC, which stands for Orange County, if you guys have seen that show. They took it off of Hulu. I only have Hulu because it comes free with my college Spotify Premium.
Yeah.
They took the OC off of Hulu in April of 2020, last month. I'm so mad because I would have finished it if I knew that. Anyways, very sad. So now I'm back to watching Gilmore Girls, which I just kind of pick up. I'm getting a little bit bored of YouTube lately. I'm kind of glad I still have school because even though I procrastinate, it's nice, you know, having something to procrastinate rather than just aimlessly doing stuff. I feel better knowing I have something to do, even if I don't do it right away. You know what I mean? 2 eggs one at a time. I'm not really sure why that is, but that's what you're supposed to do. I feel like baking is not the ideal time to just have like a genuine heart-to-heart. There's the oven preheated because the mixer is so loud. I'm slowly adding in the dry ingredients now. Dough looks like it's done. I physically mix in the chocolate chips because otherwise if you just put them in, sometimes it can break up the chocolate chips into little bits. This is the most labor-intensive part of the whole process. I don't really know what to talk about. There's nothing really super exciting going on in my life. I've kind of been fine with staying home and taking online classes. It's kind of funny and sad, but I was talking with my mom about it. Honestly, being home is like more social interaction than I had at school. Hanging out with my family and being in such like a loving and supporting environment is way better for my mental health than I was at school. It's actually pretty nice being home. I feel like I'm one of the few that is actually enjoying it, but I feel very lucky for that. And I feel so horrible for everyone that is so upset that next year is most likely gonna be online. I know the CSUs and Cal Poly is already determined. I don't know about out-of-state schools, but just in my case, I'm really fortunate because I'm one of the few people that really hated it there. So now for the chocolate chips. These are off-brand Rayleigh's chocolate chips. Just fold them in. I wish that I had enough subscribers that I could do like ask me questions type of thing. I mean, if you want, ask me questions in the comments, but it's so bad. I was almost gonna start talking about the weather, and I think I might, which is the most generic conversation topic when you don't know what to talk about. The weather really is important to me. Really affects my mood, and it's been raining. I woke up this morning and it was raining. Woke up and I fell back asleep. And then by the time I woke up again, it was sunny. I checked the forecast and there's no rain at all. A little bit mad about that. What I need to not do though is eat too much cookie dough. I consistently do that, and therefore I consistently feel sick after. I don't really like being filmed and watched while I'm just going about my business. I guess I'm the one filming myself, so. The thing that's sad too is I basically always listen to music while I'm baking, and I majorly jam out. However, if I'm talking, I don't really want the music to be loud in the background. Here we are sitting in silence. This is the most crucial step. Take a spoon, take a huge dollop of cookie dough, and bring it to my mom.
Yay! Oh, the best breakfast ever.
Oh God. Here is the final finished dough. I have to be kind of quiet because my dad is in a Zoom meeting right now. Okay, so here are my cookie sheets. I use these flat ones because they all bake evenly and it doesn't get more burnt around the edges. Cookie scoop. I still really hate this angle, so sorry. Let's see, I'll tell you guys about my plans for the day. I will honestly probably just keep watching Gilmore Girls. I have a final project to start on. I don't know how, it's somehow week 7 out of 9. I have Kant to read for philosophy. Putting those in the oven for 9 minutes. Lately I've been getting really mad at people that are not social distancing. I tend to get really mad about a lot of issues. I'm a very passionate person, I'd like to say, which I think is sometimes a pro and sometimes a con about me. In this case, since social distancing is physically saving lives, although sometimes I may be a little bit aggressive about things. Just because you take a picture with people and they are not directly next to you in the picture and you caption it social distancing, hang out, does not mean that you're social distancing. Like, the best form of social distancing is not hanging out. But my life in quarantine is really not that bad, but I think it's just because I kind of hated my life before. In comparison, this is not bad, so it's okay. Oh, getting some more.
Maybe just
helping yourself. She, I swear, eats probably like 5 cookies worth of cookie dough. Anyways, I complain about Cal Poly a lot. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it so much. Even though this is such an unfortunate situation, I've just spent every day trying to think about the positives and, I don't know, just staying as optimistic as possible because I have a tendency to not do that. But I think finally getting on antidepressants and then just being here with my family has been helping a lot. So within the last minute, I actually realized there is stuff I want to talk about, but I don't know. I feel like I like to keep this channel fairly lighthearted, and I have a lot of stuff going on in my brain all the time that I resist talking about. I just want to talk about school and what I'm learning, but I feel like nobody really cares or wants to hear about that. But I'm honestly so passionate about the classes I'm taking and about what I'm learning, and I just want to talk about it forever. What I always end up doing is just writing about it and writing whatever's in my brain. I think I talked about this before. I have a journal and I write a lot in it. Ooh, done. I'm gonna put them on the cooling rack. Brief intermission from this discussion to put these in the oven. Anyways, that's the one thing that I'm missing out on from school, is having like live discussions, especially in philosophy, because it's so fascinating and I end up just whatever's in my brain writing it all out. So the other day, normally I only write a couple pages at once. Sorry, I'm very caffeined up, so I'm kind of just spewing, but I guess that's the point of these videos. I went outside and I wrote like 8 pages and I was just talking all about existentialism and like basically the status of our lives and like our purpose, which is actually no purpose. And I just went into this whole long tangent and I really just want to talk about it and make a video about it, but I feel like that's what nobody like actually cares about or wants to see, and that's just all my like kind of intellectual side that really wants to discuss it. So it's difficult because Kaya Gerber, she's Cindy Crawford's daughter and she's a model. She does these weekly book clubs where she has a different book every week and then she goes on Instagram live and talks about it. And I would love to do something like that. I love deeply analyzing literature and discussing it, and that's just so fascinating to me. And a lot of this channel is just me kind of like talking about dumb shit that I'm doing and just showing my family and stuff, which is fun and all. But I really wish I could kind of show my deeper intellectual side sometimes. Philosophy is so interesting to me. It's so interesting. Honestly, kind of want to switch to a philosophy major. I know I said that before. That's the thing too. It's like, okay, I could stay in English, major in English, and it's easier, and I can minor in philosophy, and I can still take philosophy courses, but I just want to take every philosophy course. Like, I love my English class, but I'm actually excited for philosophy. Like, the reasons I like kind of more imaginative subjects is because exactly that, like, it's up to your imagination. There's so much more for you to personally interpret and learn rather than just like memorizing facts. That's just my opinion. I think English and philosophy are the most enriching. This is a very long tangent. Hey, God, you're so impatient. Good. I usually take them off once they've been cooling for like 5-ish minutes because then I can go in with the next batch. Can we just take a second? Oh my God, my hand is shaking. I really need to eat something besides sugar and caffeine. I really wish I could kind of have deeper chats, kind of like this, but just where I'm going on and on about everything that's in my brain. But I haven't done that because I don't think people would really want to see that. And I don't think that's why people watch. On the show Normal People that I was talking about earlier, they go to this college in Ireland called Trinity College. I think it's kind of like the Cambridge or Oxford of Ireland, or like the Harvard or Yale. For transfer schools, I might just say like, why the hell not, and apply to some Ivies. I do want to apply to Columbia because it's in New York. Like, I'm still gonna say NYU is my #1, and I still need to figure out a lot of details, and I'm just trying to keep my GPA as high as possible. A lot of people have been asking me like, why don't you just want to go to UW, because that's where I talked about going before. But I guess my mentality is I might as well aim higher, because if I got in there as a freshman, typically it's a lot easier to get in as a transfer. Like, thinking about going from community college to transferring to a 4-year, there's a much higher acceptance rate. Why not just shoot my shot with a lot harder schools? Here is the second batch. This video ended up not exactly being what I thought it was gonna be. This was actually kind of nice, just to kind of spew all my brain thoughts. That's redundant. Thoughts are always fun in the brain. Could be heart thoughts. So here are the cooled cookies. I guess that's all for this video. A little bit unconventional, but hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.